Ever found yourself in that dreaded dead zone? The place where Wi-Fi vanishes like a magician's rabbit, and your productivity grinds to a screeching halt? You're mid-project trying to update a crucial task in Asana, and nothing. Just that infuriating loading symbol. And you think, is Asana available offline? Why isn't this working? We've all been there. Whether it's a long flight, a remote work location with spotty internet, or just a subway ride through a tunnel, the reality is we're not always connected. And in today's fast-paced work environment, being unable to access your project management tools can be a major productivity killer. So, let's dive into the burning question. Can you use Asana offline? It's a question that plagues many Asana users, especially those who rely on it for seamless project coordination. We're talking about a platform that's become a staple for teams worldwide, a hub for tasks, projects, and communication. But what happens when that hub loses its connection to the internet? Before we get to the answer, let's take a moment to understand why this question is so crucial. Asana, at its core, is a cloud-based platform. This means that all your data, tasks, projects, conversations, resides on remote servers. You access it through your web browser or mobile app, and the magic happens through a constant internet connection. This cloud-based nature offers numerous advantages. It allows for real-time collaboration, ensures data is backed up and secure, and eliminates the need for local installations. But it also introduces a dependency on the internet. And that's where the offline conundrum comes in. Imagine you're a project manager on a construction site, far from any reliable internet. You need to check the progress of a specific task and update the team. Or picture a marketing team on a plane heading to a crucial client meeting. They need to review the latest campaign drafts and make last-minute adjustments. In these scenarios, a lack of offline access can lead to significant delays, miscommunication, and frustration. It can disrupt workflows, hinder decision-making, and ultimately impact project outcomes. Now, let's address the elephant in the room. Does Asana offer offline functionality? The short answer is not in the way you might expect. Asana is primarily designed as an online platform. It relies on a constant internet connection to synchronize data and ensure everyone is working with the latest information. However, this doesn't mean you're completely out of luck when you find yourself offline. While you can't access the full functionality of Asana without an internet connection, there are a few workarounds and considerations to keep in mind. First and foremost, the Asana mobile app does offer some level of offline caching. When you open the app while connected to the internet, it stores a snapshot of your recent data. This means that you can view certain tasks and projects even when you're offline. However, this offline caching has limitations. You can typically only view the data that was loaded before you went offline. You can't create new tasks, update existing ones, or access real-time information. Any changes you make while offline won't be synced until you reconnect to the internet. Think of it as a read-only mode. You can browse your tasks and projects, but you can't actively interact with them. This can be helpful for reviewing information or preparing for a meeting, but it's not a substitute for full offline functionality. Another important aspect to remember is that the extent of offline caching can vary depending on your device and app version. Older versions of the app might have more limited offline capabilities. It is always recommended to keep the Asana app updated to ensure you have the latest features and improvements. So, while Asana doesn't offer a comprehensive offline mode, the mobile app's caching feature can provide some level of access to your data when you're without internet. But let's be realistic. This isn't ideal. In a world where remote work is becoming increasingly prevalent, the ability to access project management tools offline is more important than ever. This is where alternative strategies and workarounds come into play. One common approach is to use a note-taking app or a simple document to record any changes or updates you need to make while offline. You can then transfer this information to Asana once you regain internet access. This approach requires manual data entry and can be time-consuming, but it allows you to stay productive even when you're disconnected. Another strategy is to anticipate periods of offline access and download any necessary files or documents beforehand. For example, if you're planning a flight, you can download project briefs, meeting agendas, and other relevant materials to your device. This proactive approach can help you minimize disruptions and stay on top of your work even when you're offline. Furthermore, some users explore using third-party tools or integrations that might offer offline functionality or data synchronization. However, it's crucial to exercise caution when using third-party tools and ensure they are compatible with Asana and meet your security requirements. Ultimately, the best approach to managing Asana offline is to plan ahead and minimize your reliance on a constant internet connection. This might involve setting up tasks and projects in a way that allows for offline review, downloading relevant materials, and using note-taking apps to record changes. Asana developers are aware of user requests for a more robust offline mode. While there are no concrete timelines for such a feature, it's worth keeping an eye on Asana's updates and announcements. They are consistently improving their platform and adding new features. In the meantime, it's important to adapt and find workarounds that suit your specific needs. Understanding the limitations of Asana's current offline capabilities allows you to plan accordingly and minimize disruptions to your workflow. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.